Hey, welcome to the Ringer Gambling Show. Cousin Sal here. Joe House is here. Anthony Dabbundo is here. Happy Hump Day. House, one of my favorite. It's my favorite week of the year, no doubt about it. I'm just giddy, even though the wife screams at me anytime I ask what's for dinner Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She's like, "No, we'll eat Thursday." But you get what I'm talking about, right? It's the greatest.
I do. I have a story that I'm not allowed to tell on air
Oh,
about it. There really has been there's the zeitgeist now for this week. All red-blooded American men. You don't have to be American. This week is the best week, and everybody says it to each other. We all say this is our best week. I have a pal whose wife recognized his enthusiasm for this week, and on Sunday gave him a present that every man appreciates
go
just to
ahead.
kick off the week. Can you believe it? Like, imagine getting
Okay.
a present on
We can't.
Sunday, and then you have the whole rest of the week to enjoy and savor. It just gets better and better, cousin Sal.
It's talk like this, which is why you're in a hotel right now. You've been banished from your own house, but I
True
appreciate
story.
it. I do
True
love
House
it.
on the road.
Dabbundo. By
Or
the way,
on the run, who
Dabbundo,
knows?
we did two for the money. We did the on the Ringer. We did the rewatchables. I think it's still going, by the way. No, it's but anyway, we figured we have to give you a nickname, Dabbundo. I'm thinking Tony Tokens. Just like a money making, money winning. This is a Ringer gambling. Tony Tokens. You okay with Tony Tokens for the rest of the way?
Look, I've learned that you don't get to pick your nicknames, and
Right.
so I've now affectionately been called Tony Buns
Okay.
on the Ringer Philly special. That's a name that Shield gave me, and now like I'll be walking around at like a Philly sporting event, and people are like Tony Buns, and I have
I
to like
like
turn
that.
around and acknowledge it. But for this show, I'll be whatever nickname you want me to be.
Yeah, you
Sal.
get into a different one for each show. That's all, right? It's like
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
outfit change.
I like
we've
it better
given
than
him a
Tony
bunch.
Dollars. Tony Dollars is
I
it's
like the
okay.
alliteration. All right, we'll work on it. We
Well,
have it.
dollar
Yeah.
bill dabs. It's got to like flow.
Yeah,
$20
yeah, yeah.
doesn't work. It has too
Yeah,
much
come on,
work.
Dabbundo. Stop it.
Dollar
Yeah,
All
bill
you,
right.
you can
dabs.
call me at 1-800-632
Tony Tokens.
for my game of
Wins.
the year.
Wins.
We
Lock.
got lots of picks from you, from Tony Tokens and from Joe House. We have Thanksgiving picks. We're gonna cover the Black Friday game. We're gonna go over our dreaded Ringer 107 picks. Ohio State, Michigan. Wow, wow, what a matchup! What a weekend. We're gonna handicap the headlines, and we're gonna have a draft for favorite Thanksgiving dessert. House, I spent way too much time on this. I know this just flows off the top of your head, but I put in 40 minutes. No lie, I'm salivating
Oh,
just thinking about it.
I did some research also, but really, I'm a lot. I've already kicked off this show with questionable content. I'll just say
Yes.
for me, it's a food porn experience for me. So
Oh, it really is
just
the
a
best.
labor of love. It goes way beyond love.
It's the greatest. It probably should come before the meal because it's so satisfying, right? There's no way to
So
edge it.
satisfying.
Maybe you should start the meal and end the meal. Bookend it. All right.
Well, you
let's
just
do it.
eat all day. That's what you do.
House is
Speaking
doing
of-
a full taste test in the hotel room, and that's why that's why he's there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Marriott's got a great continental breakfast, turkey all over the place.
This is the Ringer Gambling Show presented by FanDuel, the best place to bet the NFL all season long. FanDuel's got it all. Same game parlays, quick bets for jumping in live, and your way, so you can build the bet that fits your play. In Missouri, get excited because FanDuel's coming your way December the 1st. Download FanDuel.com/gamblers to get started. Must be 21 plus in present select states and 18 plus in D.C., Kentucky, and Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.
All right, let's hit this. Speaking of the appetizer, boy, or is this the main event? I don't know what this is. The entree, Detroit -2.5 versus Green Bay 49.5 is the over under. The Packers coming off a 23-6 win over the Vikings. JJ McCarthy was oh so generous last weekend. Detroit barely beating the Giants, who made them look like clowns for 3 quarters. Green Bay beat up Detroit in week 1. 7-3-1 versus 7-4. There's a decent chance if 8-win Chicago, Dabbundo keeps prospering, one of these teams
Somehow,
won't
we're
make the
not
playoffs,
sure
right?
how they keep winning. Yeah, they keep doing it though.
I don't want to call it a knockout game, but the loser's in a little bit of trouble, right?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the Lions, like if you look at both these team schedules, of course they're going to play the Bears a couple of times, but like if you look at these two team schedules coming in, Lions finish Packers, Cowboys, at Rams, Steelers, at Vikings. By then, who knows who's playing quarterback for them, and then at
Yeah.
Bears. So like there's not a lot of gimmies on that schedule. The rest of the way for Detroit, they've got 3 Thursday games, including this one, and Green Bay. Like I still love the Packers. I've been wearing my cheese head all year. I've never wavered in my love of the Packers, but
I know you guys
they're
have.
they're
I
they're
know.
liable to lose to anybody.
Right. All right. We'll get to the picks in a second, but whether it's a knockout game or not, House, either way, what a breath of fresh air on paper, at least, right? I mean, all the Thanksgiving, these early Thanksgiving games, by the way, they moved it from, I guess it's been like this for a couple of years, but now 1 p.m. kick, it used to be 12:30. Better for me. I could sleep in a little more on the West Coast here, but House, John Kitna, Scott Mitchell, Eric Hipple, Joey Harrington, David Blau. Am I even pronouncing
David
his
Blau
name?
is the man.
Just
Remember
call
all
him
these?
blah.
Yeah.
Just call him blah. Yeah,
My God.
it was amazing. It used to be the blah game, the 1 o'clock. That's as the family sort of starts to convene.
Right.
Everybody's played their football, played your turkey bowl, and then you're like, okay, now it's time to shower. Right, let's go get together, and the blah game is on, and then we just get to watch it. And it used to be fine. This is a heavy hitter, though, cuz you set
like
it
it.
up perfect.
I like it. All right. So now hit it off the tee here. Boy, you guys are going against me here. Everybody loves Green Bay and the short price.
Sal, I feel like since Dabbundo and I are completely aligned, we should hear your case for Detroit because I feel really strong. It's one of my favorite picks of the week, this Green Bay money line play. But why do you like Detroit?
I still believe in Dan Campbell, although a little, tiny bit shaky, right? I'm mostly banking on the revenge factor and the fact that the Lions really have the best and most electrifying player on the field. And that guy's name is Khalif Raymond. No, it's Jahmyr Gibbs. And by the way, I don't know how we analyze this like with basketball, right? Like, well, they have the best player on the floor. I don't care what their record is. They still have a chance. I'm thinking that with the Lions. I mean, the guy's not even 24 yet. Only Barry Sanders has more touchdowns in his short life before 24. He has almost 600 yards in the last 3 games. He reminds me of Tyreek Hill in a handicapping perspective. And it's like, well, he's going to have a 40-yard pass in there and it's probably going to go for a touchdown. So you have to factor that into the handicapping. I said yesterday, Gibbs is 25-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Right now, it's John Taylor and JSN as firm favorites. Gibbs was 33-1 Sunday night. If he has a big game in front of a big audience on Thanksgiving, he's in the hunt. Don't be surprised to see him at 5-1. So big play guy on a team looking for revenge. Packers have trouble scoring all field position points last week against Minnesota. They have a gimpy running back. I'm going to take Detroit 11-2 straight up as a favorite on Thanksgiving in the last 13. I'm going to say 28-22 final. Go ahead, House. Go ahead. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Well, no, that makes a ton of sense. And focusing on Gibbs is the right play. And I absolutely adore the idea. Everybody watching this, just hit pause, even though it's live, and go bet Jahmyr Gibbs for Offensive Player of the Year. That price is tremendous. And because the case you make, all of America will be watching this tomorrow. It's going to be really good. I don't like the Lions coming off of that overtime game. So situationally, it's tough. The teams coming off of a Sunday overtime game and then playing on Thursday are 6-19 against the spread. That's under 20%. That's tough. But to me, really, it's inside the offensive line and the defensive line. The matchup that we saw the first game of the season, I think it's the exact same matchup. Detroit hasn't done anything to demonstrate to me that they can control the line of scrimmage and establish offensively enough time for Goff to really get that offense going. Gibbs is the secret sauce. And so if you say, I think Detroit's going to win because Gibbs is going to have another great game, I can't really argue with that, but I think that we're underrating this Green Bay defense because we're focusing on how ineffective the offense is. I think this defense is capable of shutting them down. This Green Bay team has no problem going into Detroit. They won a couple of years ago. I think it was 1 score last year.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good opportunity to get on Green Bay, Mr. Dabbundo.
I agree. And honestly, like this line opened 3, went to 2.5 Monday morning. It keeps looking like it might go back to 3, but I don't think it's going to. The main thing I have here with Detroit is just that their offense is not the same anymore. Like they were first in success rate last year. They were one of the best, most methodical offenses. They hit big plays whenever they wanted. They dominated the line of scrimmage. This year, since week 7, they're 19th in success rate. Like they've only had really like one great offensive game since week 7. And it was that Commanders defense, which we don't speak about, Joe House. We don't speak about them. We also, I think we bet them that day, Sal. So maybe we,
yes, we sure did.
Maybe we don't talk about that game ever again. But like, it gets back to the point of just like, I don't know what this Lions offense is anymore, because we've seen teams really disrupt them up the middle. We've seen them, yes, hit the big plays to Gibbs, but then also go to Philly and barely move the ball. So I have a lot of questions about the Lions, plenty about the Packers too, offensively. But I think the best unit in this game, like House said, is the Green Bay defense.
Best unit, Green Bay defense, best player, Jahmyr Gibbs. So it's going to be interesting. Which team do you think is hurt more by their tight end being out for an extensive period of time? Laporta versus Kraft. I feel like it hurts Green Bay more.
Probably Green Bay,
yeah. All right. Fun game either way to get things started. Wow. Kansas City and Dallas. This one, talk about lines moving to Dabbundo. This went from 3.5 to 3. It's back to 3.5. The Chiefs are favored. The over-under is 52.5. Kansas City survived the Colts game. Sorry, Tony Tokens. And then the Cowboys with a miraculous comeback against the Eagles. And what do you know? The NFL got their way here. A meaningful game, maybe also a knockout game, but I don't want to touch the side. I mean, the grubby Cowboys backers bought this from 3.5 to 3, and then it went to 3.5. I thought it would go to 2.5. I don't know. It's going to be hard to play as good as they did for the last hour and a half on Sunday, Dallas. They might not have to. I feel like it's a one last possession type game. Get your teasers in if you want. For the record, I'll take the points. But listen, I've stared a Dallas letdown in the face too many times, and on Thanksgiving enough. I'd be cautious. I think I'm going to be cautious and nauseous, House, for this game.
What time do you eat dinner, Sal? Usually, like what time is Thanksgiving in the?
It's right.
Household?
It's right at the end of the Cowboys game, so I usually I push it. We don't do the thing where we take a plate and walk to the living room and sit down. We have a table and we all go around and say thanks. It's nice. 18 people. No, it's not nice. There's nothing nice about it. I can't keep my eye on the screen. And
but the game's over, you said. I thought the game was over.
Yeah, but then there's another game. You know how it is.
Well, you don't
no breaks.
After the Dallas game feels a little bit cruel to you. I mean, there's this feels like you have to take an acid before you take your first bite of food.
And I've lost my appetite plenty of times before.
Probably.
If Dallas is getting cooked,
it,
like does the dinner get moved up? Like I can't watch this anymore. I got to go.
If it's overtime,
no. If like they're down 50, if they're down 20 in the third quarter, like are you done? You just like let's
no one
speed
cares.
up the dinner here.
It's timed when it's time. But I'll say 24-22. The Brandon Aubreys take it. But I don't know. Go ahead.
That's interesting because I was more inclined to play the total than a side in this game, but the total's up to 52.5 now.
Crazy.
I think it started under 51. It was 51.5 for a bit of this week, and now up to 52.5. And I certainly understand the sentiment. We haven't really seen this Kansas City offense get going. And our guy Adam Chernoff made a good observation. They like to defer when they win the toss, the coin flip. They defer to the second half. And what's been happening is that their opponent has taken the ball and gone down the field and scored on them. And so Kansas City goes into this mode where they try and play their ball control, nibble at yardage kind of offense. And it just takes scoring off the table. They're like, okay, we're down. This is how we're going to control the game flow, the game script, to get ourselves in position to where we win in the fourth quarter. And it's been a whole series of unders, but we finally get to see Kansas City on a fast track. I don't know the last time we've seen them, indoors on turf like this. And we know that Dallas is not going to take their time against Kansas City with anything methodical. They're just going to go down the field. They're going to throw the ball to CD. They're going to hopefully he catches it. They'll throw the ball to Pickens. We know he's going to catch it. It does set up for points, but I can't play 52.5.
All right. Dabbundo, any thoughts on the game before we get to our prop picks?
I laid 3. I think that it's great that Dallas made those defensive improvements up front. I still think their secondary is bad, like really bad. And I think that Mahomes is going to have another very efficient performance. If you adjust for schedule, Mahomes is still the EPA leader for quarterbacks this year. Like this offense is still able to cook. And while I do agree Dallas is better against the run, you saw that against Philly last week. Jalen Hurts had a pretty efficient game. The problem was the Eagles kept running the ball and getting into third and longs, and eventually their offense, broke in the second half. I still think that Mahomes is going to score a lot of points. Dak probably will too. I agree with the over move. I think like 30 to 24 is like pretty reasonable. So I'll go 30 to 24 Chiefs.
There have been some subpar quarterbacks. I don't need to go through them that have torched this Cowboys secondary. So we can get excited about Quinn and Williams and everything else. But yes, that is actually the case. Hey guys, this Thanksgiving Day, FanDuel's letting you pass the leg to your fans and family with a fun new way to bet. Here's what you're going to do, House. You're going to open Pass the leg in the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Wait, don't do it just yet. We're doing a show. And begin by creating a unique link for your group. You add your legs, you invite and share with friends. Once friends are finished adding their legs, you add the group parlay to your bet slip. Finally, you use your Pass the Leg PBT to boost your winnings and place your bet. So let's start it off. Bill Simmons joined in on the fun. He is taking Juju Smith-Schuster 15+ receiving yards as plus 126. That's one of the legs. And now we're going to go around and build a Ringer Gambling Family SGP along with that. I was worried Simmons was going to steal my leg and then I was going to find another one, but he did not. So he's been very generous. He's already very generous on Thanksgiving. House, which is your leg? What are you going to add here?
Well, I want to make one thing very clear from the top. There is no scenario under which I'm passing a turkey leg. It does not,
Right.
It doesn't, we have this on our Sunday show. It's the family meal. If everybody wants to bring a dish to the table,
Yes.
that certainly makes sense. But I just want everybody to understand I'm not passing a turkey leg.
Just this one time for FanDuel.
Well,
Okay.
if it's a leg that's
For the
on
culture.
a computer screen. It's
Yes.
a concept. Okay, that's fine. I like Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. He is getting their red zone touches because Mahomes, they try and protect him. You don't worry about him vulturing any touchdowns on the ground. So I like Kareem Hunt here. That's my leg. The price is fair as well.
All right. I will add to this CD Lamb anytime touchdown plus 135. It's hard to believe he only has 2 TD receptions. I know he missed a couple games, but still crazy. I know George Pickens is lighting it up. He's getting all the spotlight. Greatest trade asset Cowboys ever received. Lamb still has 8 red zone targets. Dak's going to make it work with him sooner rather than later. Coach Schottenheimer actually said he's getting the ball, CD. He's going to get it a lot. And I kind of believe these coaches now. I don't think anyone would lie this week of all weeks, right? Thanksgiving. Come on. CD's luck changes against the Chiefs. Yes, House, he is going to grab it. He's going to hold it tight. He's going to get both feet down and make a football move in the end zone. And then he's going to jump into the Salvation Army bucket a la Ezekiel Elliott. That's a nice turkey leg. Okay, how many legs is this? How many legs does a turkey have? I guess 4. I guess this one has 4. Dabbundo, which is yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet against human achievement in true form. The Dabbunder. We're gonna go Javonte Williams under 68.5 rush yards, minus 110. I think this Kansas City run defense kind of is a metric unicorn in the sense that they never actually grade out well against the run, but whenever that Steve Spagnuolo decides that we're not going to let a team run the ball on us, they always seem to hold up really well in those kind of games. And we saw that last week. Like John Taylor last week didn't really do much. Some of that was the Colts not running the ball, but some of that was also Steve Spagnuolo saying, "Hey, good luck. You can run it if you want, but we're not going to let it happen. And we're gonna load the line. We're gonna bring pressure, and we're gonna prevent those opportunities." And so I think this is a similar situation. Also think Dallas is gonna be playing from behind, and you can absolutely throw on this Chiefs secondary. And I think Dallas is gonna realize that like it's gonna be more efficient for us to go after their corners. How good really is the Chiefs secondary? We don't really know, and they've gotten diced up a couple of times this year. Even Bo Nix a little bit in the fourth quarter. We saw Justin Herbert going back to week 1. This secondary is gettable. I think the Cowboys will get their secondary, and they will not be running it as much. So under for Javonte Williams.
All right. I mean, you just nice effort, nice analysis, but you killed the mood in the room. You really did.
I know.
House,
I
this is the
know.
guy. This is supposed to be Thanksgiving. We're supposed to be excited when a single play gets us a leg. You know what I'm saying? So Juju
he doesn't
gets
get a leg.
17-yard reception.
I don't
And
get
we
a leg.
celebrate. CD
Give him
and
the
Kareem
giblets.
Hunt score. We get it.
Dabbundo
We
gets
celebrate.
the giblets. Send Dabbundo the chopped up liver
Now we
and
gotta
the giblets.
we could have all three of ours in, me, you, Simmons' house, and then the Dabbundo. Oh well, okay. Oh, so check what did he have 67 yards running? Did he have 60? Oh no, man, it's 71. Oh, but then he got pushed back. All right, it kills it a little bit. But anyway,
I'm sorry, Sal.
that's you understand what we're doing. It's Simmons has Juju 15
I did
plus
it intentionally.
receiving.
Because you guys put your 3 in before, so I saw
Yes.
what you guys had, and I
And
said,
then-
you know what,
yeah.
the contrarian in me, I couldn't help myself, Sal.
So had we
to do it.
gone under with everything, you would have had somebody for any time. You would have had
Yeah.
Marcus Valdez-Scantling. He's not on the team anymore, but whatever.
He,
All right,
Ryan Flournoy would have been on the.
That's it.
Dabbundo's having roast beef for Thanksgiving.
That's it. If he's lucky. Arby's. All right. Juju, 15 plus receiving out of Simmons. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown out of House. CD Lamb, anytime touchdown for me, and Javonte Williams under 68.5 rushing yards. Head to FanDuel. Start passing the leg now. Let's do that night game. Ravens 7-point favorite against the Bengals 51.5. I'll go light on the analysis here because this is one of our Ringer 107 picks. And I know I should be suspenseful for the millions who are waiting with bated breath, but Ravens kind of lucky to get by the Jets. Not an impressive showing. There were 1 first down and 1 Aaron Glenn brain fart away from maybe staring at a loss. Lamar looking like he's not 100% despite participating in practice all week. The Bengals played tough against New England, but then that defense just cannot hold up week after week. They've proven that. Now Joe Burrow back after a week 2 injury. House, give us your parlay here. This is basically a teaser, but we call these parlays now, right?
Because we get a good price, minus 113. If you take the Bengals up to 13.5 points, take the line up to 13.5, Bengals getting the 13.5, and over 45.5, the total is 51.5. So you just drop it down a little bit here. That combination, that fits a game script here that makes sense to me. These teams play wild games. I mean, just remember last year, the scoring comes in bunches. It's a divisional matchup. Burrow coming back. Let me just go ahead and keep it simple. 2 touchdowns. You know, the Bengals keeping it inside of 2 touchdowns, even with their absolutely bereft defense. And I'm not worried about the 2 teams scoring. I wanted to make a case about the Ravens winning by margin during this winning streak. But if you look, they win by margin. So,
yeah, right.
You know, they've been covering by 7 or more virtually all of these games during this win streak. But the one that they only covered by 7 was against the Browns, their division opponent. And historically, these games come down to a field goal. So I like Bengals getting 13.5 and over 45.5.
This is exciting, and I may have to just look past my friend Brad's speech about what he's thankful for to just see what's going on here in the first quarter, because this is going to be a good game. Hopefully, if Burrow, well, maybe not hopefully Dabbundo, because I'm going to bury the lead here. Ravens are our 107 pick, and you like them, and just -7 overall.
I do suspect that this will go to 6.5 by the time game comes around. It's teetering that way. I think that we just say Burrow is in, and it's like binary, and Joe Burrow is just going to walk in and be like, you know, Joe Cool again. He's going to dominate, and all of a sudden him and Chase are going to have, you know, four passes of 40+ yards. But I mean, we've seen this so many times now. Joe Burrow gets an injury, he comes back, and he kind of sucks for a week or 2. And so I don't really have a lot of faith in their offense without T. Higgins to just go out and cook a pretty good Ravens secondary. The way to get at Baltimore is still, I think, running the ball. I don't really think Cincinnati's run game is all that impressive. And on the other side of the ball, this is where the matchup really falls apart for me. Like, the Ravens are the worst team to play if you can't cover tight ends because of Andrews and Likely, and the Bengals are the worst defense in the league against tight ends. So if you want to get really crazy and, you know, you're feeling a little a late night chase, I'll be playing my family poker tournament, which I always come in 4th place and never better. Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely to both score plus 620. If you want to ride the tight end wave, they cannot cover tight ends. Like, everybody is always open when they're a tight end against the Bengals. So that was the one interesting angle I had, but I think the Ravens win this one by, you know, 10 to third. Hopefully not
I
by
feel like
14.
I had a hard
House.
time convincing you to take the Ravens here. I was like, first of all, we have to take a Thanksgiving game. I made such a big deal out of no, Simmons. Leave the Thanksgiving games open for 107, please. You know, these graphics guys want to go home and see their grandmothers, for God's sakes. But anyway, okay. More on that in a second. I'll take a prop for this. Derrick Henry, heard of him? 100+ rushing yards, plus 130. The last 7 weeks, guys, every other week he's had 100+ yards. 33, 122, 71, 119, 75, 103, 64 last week against the Jets. And Tony Tokens, what does he get this week? Make up a 3-digit number. Go ahead.
107, obviously.
Good enough. Good enough.
107.
107. Cincy 31st in the league, 156 rush yards per game. Hall had 133, Warren 127, Dobbins 101. I'm just going through some of these. Jordan Mason had 116. Manon guy, remember him? He had 176. Remember that guy on the Bears? Hasn't had
It's
more
your
than
guy,
49.
Manon guy.
Our guy.
He hasn't had more than 49 since. I've said enough. You do your part. Henry, 100+ rushing yards. Let's do that Black Friday game. More gifts from the NFL. God bless. Philly, 7-point favorite. Chicago, 44.5. I'm going adjusted number. We're all kind of doing the same thing here, which is scary, but I'm going to take adjusted Eagles minus 13.5. I think this is the enough is enough week. Are the Bears maybe, guys, the Patriots of the NFC with a better, more consistent, I'll say it, quarterback? Good. Am I onto something here?
You think Caleb is better than Drake?
No. The Patriots are
Okay.
I'm not
say,
burying myself.
Hold on a second.
Look, Drake maybe slings it for 300 and a couple touchdowns, but Caleb hasn't thrown an interception in 5 weeks. So they're both playing well. Otherwise, though, they both have a super lucky schedule. I read some of the quarterback names Chicago's face: Rudolph, McCarthy, Dart, Flacco, Huntley, Rattler, Geno. I think their luck runs out against this angry and much maligned Eagles team. Eagles beating the Bears 6 straight. Caleb 1-4 on short rest. I think every phase of this Eagles team works on Friday. 31-13. Great news. We're all aligned because, House, you have the money line parlay. What did you do here? Are you getting a few cents going down by pairing this together? Tell us what you're
trying. My favorite play was the Bears team total under, and our guy Dabbundo grabbed it. Dollar bill Dabs. He's ahead of the market on this, and that line is 18.5. I'm nervous with this Eagles team because there's a little bit of question around the injuries on the defensive side. So I wanted to figure out a way to play the Eagles money line parlay at less than 2-1. And the way to do it, I could alt spread the team total for the Bears to under 21.5. So the Bears score 21 points or less, and the Eagles win outright. That's minus 172. So that's under 2-1. That's what I like.
I like it. Go ahead. You know, it's Thanksgiving. Give the big juice number there. But Dabbundo, as mentioned, you like the team total under 18.5 for the Bears.
I mean, who's the best defense the Bears have played this year? I think that's a real question. Minnesota, maybe. Detroit, definitely not Dallas. Definitely not Las Vegas. Definitely not Washington, New Orleans.
Not
Baltimore
the Steelers
when they were
last week.
getting a little healthier. Not Pittsburgh, not Cincinnati, not New York. It's the Eagles, and they're the team they're going to play on Friday. And I was worried too. Like we talked about this on Monday, House. Who's playing in the secondary? Well, it looks like the Eagles are going to have Adoree Jackson. Not sure that's a good thing necessarily. He's been pretty mediocre this year, but they are going to have Blankenship. They will not have Makuba, so they're not going to be too injured. I was concerned, like Eagles are going to have none of their secondary and they're going to get torched because it's not a very deep defense. But they're going to have most of their main guys. It's a home game. Link's going to be rocking, and ultimately, I think this is just a huge step up for the Bears. And the market knows this, right? Like a few years ago, this line might have been 5.5, but now it's 7. And like the market is just very sharp to the idea that the Bears are not a great team. But how do you lay points with the Eagles?
Yeah.
They only play offense for like 15 minutes at a week. That's it. You get like one good run, maybe 2 good drives, and they try to win 14-13. I feel like this game could very well end up that way.
All right. So you're going under. I think we all like the Eagles in our own special way, but you're going under 18.5. Hey, we're going to take a break. We have so much to get to, and we are so over time already, and I don't want to cut into our pie draft or our Thanksgiving dessert draft. We have 4 rounds. We may only have to do 2. When we return, we're going to go over 107 picks. We're going to go over Ohio State, Michigan. That's all when we return. All right. Welcome back to the Ringer Gambling Show. House during the commercial break is like, I can't believe I didn't give out Barkley over numbers. We have to start the show over. I said, no, House, we're more than halfway in. We got to do it. Go ahead. Quick case, Barkley overs.
This is the first defense that the Eagles get to play against in the third and fourth quarter where they should have a lead and they should be pounding the ball running. And we'll see Barkley getting 4 or 5 yards a clip. I like him way over the 76.5 available in the FanDuel Sportsbook.
There you go. We're oozing with picks here, Dabbundo, which is the problem. Now, I wish we would be not ooze so much with this 107. Today's Ringer 107 is brought to you by FanDuel. Dabbundo, you and I, we were like, we were top of the world. We went 4-1 2 weeks ago. We're in first place tied, and then we bounced back with 1-4. We're 28-32. House 2-3 last week, 29-31, which is good enough to be tied for first with the Ringer fantasy team. House Simmons threatened to fire you. It was on one podcast we did, but I try to defend you because he made you pick the Pat. He doesn't think like you're putting your best foot forward here. I couldn't remember your picks though.
Well, I like the Saints last week, so he might have a case about best foot forward.
We all
did.
Yeah,
we all like the Saints, and we all paid a price for that. Whatever he wants to do, he's the pod father. I'm happy to come on and do the best he can. Yeah, it's fine.
If he fired you on Thanksgiving week, I don't know. Awful announcing would it would be a 24/7 commitment there. All right, so let's do our 107 picks. Dabbundo, you told me you like it's Thanksgiving. Please,
some of the worst teams imaginable.
Let's just take 5 quarterbacks who likely won't be in the league next year. And I said, all right, Tony Tokens, we could drop that number from 5 to 3. He said, fine. So here's number 1. Take it away. Go ahead.
Look, here's the deal. We have the Ringer 701, our separate podcast, Sal. We are 32-28 in that one. Oh,
good. All right.
And if you want those picks, you got to call 1-800-WINS and ask specifically for Tony Tokens.
Do it. I don't know if that wins. Missing a couple digits there, but go ahead. All right. Tennessee, though.
Yeah, we like Tennessee. We like the Jets.
Wow.
And we like the Giants plus 7.5. So. Look, the thing about the NFL, I'm laughing too hard now. The thing about the NFL is that, yes, it would be very easy to come on here and say that we like all the good teams to beat the bad teams because they're good teams and the other teams are bad teams, right? But generally speaking, and historically, as long as I've been betting this awful league every week, the value has always been on these ugly, gross dogs, especially at home.
Right.
Last week, we'll start with the Jets. Last week, right? The Saints closed -2 at home against Atlanta. Now Atlanta, they win one game because of 2 missed field goals and a lot of bad offense from the Saints. And now they're laying 2.5 to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a 4-point adjustment. You think the Jets are 4 points worse than the Saints? That can't be possible. That's a ridiculous over adjustment. Kirk on the road in colder weather. No thanks. We'll take the Jets at home. Tyrod better than Fields. Improvement there. And then we like the Giants too. I mean, the Patriots offensive line has real problems. They gave up a ton of pressure last week to the Bengals, who get no pressure against anybody else. Now they play the Giants. You can run on the Giants, but I don't think the Patriots can run on anybody. And then we get the Jameis factor. Yes, it could go really ugly, but most of the time, like he's done a good job of keeping these teams in games. So we like the Giants, we like the Jets, and we like the Titans because the Jags should not be laying 6.5 on the road to anybody. I'm sorry, they should not. It is not right. It's wrong. And we're going to try to profit. I think we can win 2 out of 3 of those.
All right. Yeah. Jameis, Ty Taylor, and Cam Ward. Okay. All right. That maybe not the best start, but whatever. Can we even put the Giants on the graphic? Are we going to get fired for that against the Patriots? I don't know. I'm not sure we're allowed to do that. And I described House the Falcons as that's the nasty neighborhood dog that you can't make eye contact with. Just don't put them on your ledger. Don't bet them. Don't bet against them. Don't stay away. Pretend when they're doing highlights, just cover your ears and eyes. Like that's it. But nope, front and center. We got them right there. Dabbundo, very hard for Tony Tokens and I to convince each other to bet on each other's team, on the other's team. But the Colts look like a wide open winner. I feel like the spread is too high and doesn't jive with public perception, which is that the Colts are running super cold and that the Texans defense is unbeatable. So I think we'll get CJ Stroud. He has one more level of the protocol to pass. I don't think that matters too much. It actually might screw with the chemistry. Colts 7-3-1 Dabbundo. You know this against the spread. Texans 1-4 against the number on the road. I think John Taylor gets back on track. As good as Texans defense has been, they gave up 116 to James Cook, albeit most coming on a big run. Taylor could do the same. Early lead, hold on. 7-1 Colts, last 8 AFC South games against the number. Danny Dimes delivers 28-16. That's our 4th pick, Indy minus 4.5. What's our 5th pick? Baltimore, we already talked about it. Lamar, not 100%, but pretty good at this quarterback thing, and he'll find a way to light up that Bengals defense, which allows 36 points a game over the last 5 against guys like Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, Mason Rudolph. They all had their way against the bend and break Bengals. 33-17, lay the points. It's hard. What the Bengals have done is hard. 32nd against the pass and 31st against the run. Very, very difficult to do. I don't know how they do that.
It is.
Yeah.
I want to throw 2 more notes in on the Colts since they're my team and I have to weigh in here. I talk a lot about buy signals and sell signals. Like when the Panthers podcasters quit, that was a buy signal.
Right.
When the guy behind me is yelling at the Sixers game about how bad the Bills are, that's a buy signal.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody is writing the think pieces about how the Colts are going to blow the AFC South because they lost 2 out of 3 all outdoors, and now they come back home and Houston wins 3 in a row in varying degrees of miracle fashion.
Right.
Everybody's doing the Houston could steal the AFC South thing. That's a sell signal to me. I have come around and I'm in full agreement now.
There you go.
Colts are going to win.
Let's do it.
The game's going to stay under too because it's a Texans game.
28-16. I don't know if that keeps it under.
We'll keeps it under.
We'll take it.
Yeah,
okay,
that works.
Good. All right, House, you have any Ringer 107 picks you and Simmons went through last night that you're proud of?
You're not going to believe it. That is to say, Simmons and I, are completely in alignment with the 2 of you on the Giants.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Yes. We took the Giants getting the
Our
7.5.
offensive line is shot. I don't know if Drake would even be able to drop it. A lot of that, right?
Were you listening? You must have listened to the show.
I heard it Sunday night. Yes. Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's too many points. And you guys made the right observation. The way to beat this Giants team is to run the ball. Don't let Jameis have the ball, and the Patriots can't establish the run. So, we did the Giants plus 7.5. We have a rule. Browns at home. We play the Browns at home every single week.
Good for you.
They're home. Okay. There they are getting
and
5.5
guess what? They
points.
cover every week too.
That's right. Getting 5.5 from San Francisco. Yes, please. We love that. We're on the opposite side of you guys on that Bengals game. Too much variance. In terms of the Ravens and the historical nature of this matchup. Of course, we have a ridiculous parlay. I can't begin to try and explain it. Eagles minus 2.5 parlayed with Dallas plus 7.5. Eagles win by a field goal. Dallas loses by less than a touchdown. Okay, that's great. And then I love Green Bay, so we made the case already.
All right, listen, let's go 5-0. Let's both go 5-0. Let's bust these records open. Have a nice second half
possible,
here.
So we have a disagreement.
Oh, we can't.
One of
them. One
of them's going to be 4-1.
We could go 4-0.
Yeah,
we can both go 4-0-1 if the Ravens win by exactly 7.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
House,
That's
change your pick. Tell Simmons you're changing the pick, and if it gets you fired,
4-0-1. Let's do that. 4-0-1 is good. Yeah.
Today's Ringer 107 was brought to you by FanDuel. Odds are subject to change, as we know. Let's take a break. Listen, Ohio State, Michigan, lots of fun. We have our pie draft. That's even more fun. And we'll have our play of the day. It's all coming up on Ringer Gambling Show. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. Ringer Gambling Show. So much football this weekend. Thank you, NFL. 3 great games Thursday. We have a Black Friday game. Also, Chicago, Philly, we went over. And then Saturday, let's do it. Ohio State, Michigan. Gigantic game. 10.5 is the line. The visiting Buckeyes are favored. 44.5 is the over-under. They win Ohio State. They're in the Big Ten championship game. They lose. Michigan's in the game unless Oregon beats Washington, in which case they are in. Last year, Ohio State was a 23.5 point favorite. They lost 13-10. So the Buckeyes haven't won by double digits in this series in 6 years. They haven't won the game in the last 4. I'm going Ohio State minus 10.5. I just don't know where the points are going to come from with Michigan. They have running back issues. Justice Haynes had a season-ending injury. Fellow back Jordan Marshall's going to be playing through a shoulder injury. Number 2 defensively, nationally versus the run, Ohio State is. And then it's all up to Bryce Underwood, who throws for 62%. Who's going to make big plays? They're going to have to come through. I don't know that it happens. 7.6 points per game for Ohio State, who's forced 11 turnovers. Ryan Day does something hasn't done in 6 years. He beats the Wolverines 44-20. House, you're going to here with Ohio State money line. Oh my God, everyone's putting everything with Green Bay.
How can this possibly lose? Cousin Sal and Ohio State, Michigan get together. You throw the records out the window. You know to try it. I can't even do it.
That's all right.
It's the best I am not going to try and handicap this game. There's no sense in it. The outcomes are crazy. It's a 1-of-1 game. I am okay with the idea of Ohio State winning outright, and since I really believe in this Green Bay thing, it's really gonna kick me right in the naughty parts. But Green Bay plus on the money line, plus Ohio State the money line plus 180. That would be great going into Sunday.
Pretty good. Yeah, I just think the Wolverines' biggest advantage right now is they're in their rival's head. Eventually, talent has to win out, and the Buckeyes haven't. Also, 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 games. Not a bad trend there. Now, Anthony Dabbundo, Tony Tokens wins the award for douchebag outline note of the day. He refused to put a pick in. He says he's waiting for more weather. I don't even know what that means, Dabbundo.
Does that make
We might have a snover.
Okay. So did you get that information in the last 28 minutes if it's going to snow on Saturday morning?
It's only Wednesday, and I'm trying to figure out if it's going to snow on Saturday. So
Somebody tell Dabbundo the show is on Wednesday.
This is a pass? This is a pass for you. Okay.
Well, you see, if I say that word, it could trigger
an
employee review that doesn't go favorably.
That was already.
I love you, Sal. Yes. But if they fire House and me, it's going to be a really tough show.
This is tough. I know. I'm just going to be ranking pies for an hour with myself every day. It's not going to be good content at all. All right, so that's a pass for Dabbundo.
Like right now, it is 45.5. It's been bouncing back and forth between 44.5, 45.5. First off, we don't know for sure who's playing for Ohio State, Tate and Smith. I think Smith's going to play. Tate seems a little more questionable. As far as this game goes, if the snow is forecasted to come in and this total gets bet down, you bet the snover. It's a traditional thing that we've discussed in forever, straight out of the sports advisors. But the over for me would be a bet if we can get the right conditions, but you really don't know with these weather conditions until maybe game day morning. So if you're listening to this, check back game day morning. We'll have maybe a bet. I'm also open to the idea of doing a Michigan money line parlayed with Ohio State national championship. Parlay just from like last season.
Can you even do that?
Lost to Michigan.
I know
they would still be in the playoff.
Right.
They would not have to play the Big Ten championship. They would be a top 4 team seed. They'd get a bye.
That's how they did it last year.
Yeah. So if there is just this crazy mental block where they just can't seem to get up for the Michigan game, they lose. Everybody melts down, and then that's a buy signal. You buy Ohio State to win the national title.
Buy the buy. I get it. All right, so those are our picks. Check back with our meteorologist, Anthony Dabbundo, 20 minutes after each hour. He will let you know which way to go if there's a snover. Let's hit some
Tony Tokens on the 10s.
Right. Hump Day headlines in the association. Luka called out 43 points last night against the Clippers and then called out the slippery court after the win. He said, I slipped a lot of times, and you could see a lot of players slip, and that's dangerous, man. I don't think House Luka understands the history and lore of the NBA Cup and how these floors have to be rainbow stickered up, like everybody's playing in the Skittles Center. But what would over/under points Luka would have scored if he wasn't slipping all over the place? What would it have been? 55.5?
Yeah, a minimum of a 50 piece, and then he would have gone to Chick-fil-A just like our guy, the Freak, and bought himself a 50 piece if he knows what's good for him. But I do have some sympathy. The floors. I understand what the league's trying to accomplish here, but man, you can't have the guys get hurt. There's already enough excuses for why guys don't play basketball in the NBA.
Right. My son my 12-year-old's a big basketball fan, and ticket prices are so through the roof here. He got to go to a Clippers-Lakers preseason game, and nobody played, right? But whatever, he got to go, and it was fine. My wife gets invited by her friend to a suite at the Lakers regular season game. Where's the justice? I don't know. I asked her after the game when she came home. I'm like, hey, what'd you think of the court? She's like, oh, I didn't even notice. I'm like, really? You didn't know? You didn't notice? Like it's like a Wiggles dream house? Really? That never? Did you look? Did you even look? Like I don't know. It's the chicken fingers.
Did she know who won the game?
I asked her who the high scorer was, and I bit my bottom lip, and she's like, Luca, he had 20 in the first quarter. I'm like, okay, good. All right,
But you didn't notice the court?
Somebody elbowed you, the high score, just in case I asked. Yeah.
I'm just
all
happy
right.
that your wife made it back from the Sprinter van.
She's back. Exactly. Yeah.
The
She's a bigger
Steelers
sports fan
Sprinter
than I
van.
am. Dabbundo, another hump day headline. The Vikings could pursue Daniel Jones in the offseason.
Nope, he's
this
ours.
according to Jeremy Fowler. Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting. What does
Yep.
that mean?
Well, if we lose Daniel Jones, that means the Anthony Richardson experience goes again.
Yeah.
But I
right.
think Daniel Jones will be re-signed by the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm trying to think what your over-under replacement quarterback would be for Daniel Jones. Right now, I have the over-under at Jameis Winston. So it's not Easton Stick and it's not Sam Darnold in terms of, viable considerations.
Who else is even on that market?
I don't even know.
It's going to be interesting.
Everyone's looking for the next
Darnold
Sam
will
Daniel
probably
Jones.
be back next year because he's got another year.
All right. Yeah.
Brock Purdy traded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
I don't
hate it.
I think that
I don't
contract
hate
might
it.
be underwater. Yeah.
All right,
Mac
listen,
Jones.
He's taking that one.
Guys, we could speculate about this, or we could draft pies, Thanksgiving pies. That's what
Let's
I'd
do
rather
that.
do. Let's do that. We're going to do that after the break. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to draft our Thanksgiving pies, and we are also going to give our best bets for Wednesday. We're not done. Stay with us, Ringer Gambling Show. We will be right back. All right, welcome to the Ringer Gambling Show. We have a few minutes left. We have best bets coming up. And first, though, we are doing our Thanksgiving dessert draft. It's going to be a snake draft. I wanted to do 4 rounds. I could have done 8 rounds. Let's try for 2 because we're up against the clock here. Dabbundo, you start us off. You're not an eater like you don't have a sweet tooth or any kind of crazy tooth like me in house, but let's go. Go ahead.
As far as you know,
Go ahead.
know,
Let's
I
see.
don't think anybody can compare to the great Sal in house when it comes to sweet eating. But I'm going to take my first pick, apple cobbler. A family tradition. My mom makes it excellent apple cobbler all year, but she also usually contributes to the Thanksgiving. So that is my first choice.
It's pretty good. House, I would say, you know what, to me, my thing is like, can I have 2 pieces of any? I could probably have 2 pieces of anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
but cobbler, I'm right there with 1.5.
Yeah.
Safely. What are you going with first round?
I'm going to do the sweet potato pie. And to me, it is superior to the pumpkin pie. I appreciate that it is a tiny bit creamier, a tiny bit less spicy than the pumpkin pie. And it's very complimentary to the entire flavor profile of what you've just eaten over the previous 3 hours. Sweet potato pie is my number 1.
I like that. I wonder, I imagine you don't have it any other day of the year, right? Does that bode
correct?
more?
Correct.
So that makes it more special, you would say.
Yes.
in
And then
tier.
I don't eat sweet potatoes as a side dish when I'm
I see.
having my spread because I'm saving it for the sweet potato pie, which I know is sitting there waiting for me at the end.
Okay, good. I do the same with my turkey pudding. I don't have any turkey because I know the pudding's no, it's all right. My number 1 is coconut cream. I am a big coconut guy. I love Mounds. I love Almond Joy on Halloween. I get the Tom Cruise coconut cake on Christmas. I could polish off a coconut cream pie by myself in probably 90 seconds. I love it so much, and I am a fat slob. Second, off the board a little here, pumpkin spice cannoli. You know, I love the Italian desserts house. That's what I'm doing. A little pumpkin spice. It's orange. Don't be afraid. Bite in. You're eating a cannoli on Thanksgiving. It's the greatest. House. Go ahead.
So
any comments on those? Or back to
the
you
pumpkin
Yeah.
the pumpkin spice cannoli doesn't feel that far afield, and I absolutely love the idea of the crunch of the cannoli. If it's like, especially like if you can taste like that little bit of the fry on the outside of it, like how crispy that is. That's a great compliment to the off the board thing is the coconut cream. Like you can get that any time of the year, and I feel like that's a pie that you eat, in the summer. That feels like a summer pie to me.
I don't.
Maybe a nice jerk chicken sandwich and then some coconut cream pie to finish it off. But look, we're in a great mode here. I'm going with a variation on a pecan pie. I love pecan pie. This is the time of year. It's straight all the way through. It's good from starting in November the 1st all the way through New Year's. But I like chocolate pecan pie. I like the chocolate because it's like especially dark chocolate, tiny bit bitter, and the crunchy, toasty pecans with that thing. I you guys know my appetite. I can only eat one slice of this because it's very rich, but it's a great topper. Great topper.
That's a consideration. I had, if we were going to do this 4 rounds, pecan brownie pie, which is right.
Yeah.
It's right what you're talking about there.
Great.
All right. Dabbundo, finish this off here and then make it count here, okay? Because I really
my
wanna
answer
talk
is
about this
so
game.
boring, but it's the value play. I have to
Go
take the
ahead. What
value
is
play.
it?
How did pumpkin pie not get taken yet?
It's all right. It's
all
okay.
right. I
Fine.
think it's pretty good. I only eat it one day a
fine.
year. I eat it
'Cause
one
it's
day a
fine.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. What do you have to do? You have to load up like all sorts of whipped creams and stuff on it, right? Like by itself, it's pumpkin pie. It's whatever they sweetened up pumpkin. Anyway,
I feel like it was. I was surprised it didn't get taken. You
It's
guys
okay.
are
I had
chasing all these
pumpkin
exotic
cannolis.
desserts.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna take
pumpkin
pumpkin pie.
cannoli.
I got the cannoli in there. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it. I don't know. I would say apple cider donuts are nice. I don't know if you've had
Amazing.
House. Really
Amazing.
good.
Outrageously good.
Peach cobbler, much like the apple pie, Dabbundo, you feel like you're eating healthy because they're adding raspberry and cherry and all that. All right, I've gotten too off course here.
I baked apple cider donuts to impress a girl once. Didn't work.
You did? Oh,
Yeah,
all
it
right.
didn't work during
Don't
COVID.
bake. Just buy and lie. Buy and lie, Dabbundo. That's my
Dabbundo, just be
recommendation.
like, I once blank to impress a girl. It didn't work. It doesn't
Yeah,
like I
no
want the
matter
top
what I
10 of
say
that.
in between is an accurate statement. That's true.
Dabbundo, maybe your best bet for Wednesday will impress a lady. What do you have?
If she's a Tennessee Volunteers fan, then maybe that is the case. I'm going to lay Tennessee -4.5. I think this is a bad matchup for Kansas, who still doesn't really know what their half-court offense is, especially without Peterson. And it's a shot volume edge, turnover differential, rebound differential, all in favor of the Vols. They're playing this convoluted players era tournament. Nobody's really sure how they even sort out the matchups, but we got a good one today. Tennessee against Kansas, laying 4.5 tonight at 7.
All right, House, what you got?
Going right back to Toronto. They were very good to us last week. This is an opportunity to grab Brandon Ingram over his point total with the injury to RJ Barrett. So I am parlaying Toronto on the money line, the Raptors against the Pacers. Brandon Ingram over 23.5. That pays close to, it's plus 119 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Some plus
Nice.
money going into Thursday.
All right, I'm going Rockets Warriors over 225.5. Players start getting lazy on defense, thinking about coconut cream pie. Steph is like, you know what? I don't feel like playing D. Reed Shepherd dribble past me. 225.5. Nice little prognosticating prelude. Prowess leading into the big meal. That's it. Ringer Gambling Show. House, Dabbundo. I'm Sal saying happy holidays and may your parlays be prosperous. I got it out. Must be 21 or older and present in select states, or 18 or older and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. You must be 21 or older and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 or older and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE New York in New York.